That's what I'm looking at. You have to pay to unlock these perks from leveling up with resources.
Huh. Dude, why did the knights just have plate carriers? Like actual like military plate carriers?
That's a good question.
That's actually kind of hilarious. Hey everyone. For the past couple days I checked out the Warhaven playtest with my boy Cryptic and we had a lot of fun. Recognized a lot of chivalroids in game as well. I thought about doing a should you cop video, but I thought I'd wait until the game fully launches to give it a fair evaluation. For now, these are my first impressions. Enjoy. So Warhaven is pretty enjoyable. It's this kind of massive melee game where you have 16v16 on 3 different types of game modes, and they're all extremely convoluted and hard to follow. Cryptic and I were playing for about 2 hours, and we barely, if at all, understood what to do and what the objective was. There's nothing really as solid as Team Objective here, or Breach from For Honor if you want to compare it to that, which leads me to my next point, which is that this game is very much like For Honor, Chivalry, and most melee games, but it's just so simplified. The combat is extremely shallow, and while there are enough abilities with the different characters to where it works out in a large-scale battle, the micro combat, like 1v1 or 1vx, is really, really bad, and there's not a lot of depth there. There simply is just attack, guard break, and block, with no stamina, no feinting, no riposte mechanics at all, so it's kind of even hard to tell when it's actually your turn to attack. It's overall not well thought out in that regard, but they just want you to use your abilities in intelligent ways depending on, the character composition of the group and the group that you're fighting, and it works out okay. There's around 5 soldier classes, I think 6 actually, and then you can transform into 4 immortals. The immortals are sort of like amazing characters that just have much cooler abilities and awesome character designs compared to the normal soldiers, and you can transform to them mid-match. And they're really cool. My favorite one being Martyr, who has this awesome Archangel design, so I liked her a lot. Regardless, I did enjoy my time playing the game. It was very enjoyable, and I'll definitely be playing it again, but I do have to say that I really wish that there was some more depth to the combat. I feel like the game would benefit a lot from combos, especially. It is kind of a little bit agitating when you attack somebody and you successfully hit them, and then you're forced to just stare at them and wait until you can swing again, because there's no chaining attacks to multiple attacks. It's just attack, wait, and that's pretty much it for the combat. I do have to say that the amount of content and cosmetics were actually quite impressive. There's pretty cool cosmetics, and you probably saw from the intro that the design and authenticity of them is quite questionable. Lots of characters wearing weird combinations of modern plate carriers and chainmail in random places. Characters wearing different types of armor that's weird. One guy looks like he's wearing a full SWAT bomb suit. The mage girl seems like she has chainmail on her sleeves, but then just leaves her chest wide open for attacks. Totally crazy. But the designs look pretty cool, and the graphics are definitely complementary to the awesome designs because the game looks amazing. It really is quite immersive with the music and the graphics and the high-quality animations. It reminds me of For Honor in that sense, where it just is a nice-looking game that really is impressive. I haven't even used my goddess once.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I used mine once.
I'm sorry.
I hate that I can't block on this though, it's so weird.
The pain is over.
Oh my god, dude. She's actually incredibly strong.
Another foe vanquished.
She's killing 4 people once I just go goddess mode.
She seems really good.
This Korean studio that's made all of this is honestly wow, just good job, guys, because when I checked on the games that they've made before, they made a bunch of just pixelated games and anime schlock, which I was not impressed with whatsoever. So the fact that they went from that to this is just crazy to me. I do have to talk about the matchmaking issues. My boy Cryptic and I could not make it into a single American server. We always had 150 ping the entire time we played. And today, when I got on again, it didn't seem to be much better. So that sucks. I don't know if this game is going to be free when it comes out, but it didn't look like there was any scummy monetization schemes going on. All of the characters and everything are available from the start, and it looked like the upgrades that you could get for your character were tied to experience and progression from actually playing the game rather than any type of purchases. The customization itself in your loadout isn't really that extreme compared to something like Chivalry. It's more like For Honor, where you have a kit with a character that has certain abilities, and you can choose from those characters, of those being 6 soldiers and 4 immortals, which you can transform to mid-match. And the game modes are extremely convoluted. Like I said, barely understood what was going on. The gameplay loop is pretty fun. Massive battles, obviously. Not as big as Chivalry, but bigger than For Honor. And it especially feels cluttered sometimes because everyone's going off with all their abilities and stuff, and there's a lot of things to look out for. But it is what it is. My friend told me that the UI clutter is because it's a Korean game. Didn't play much Korean games, so I don't know why, but I can tell you the screen is covered in stuff, which is kind of ironic because we didn't really understand what was happening. So it's funny that it was cluttered. I still didn't know what was going on. Half your screen is covered in stuff. I don't think there needs to be this much stuff on the screen. They could afford to get rid of the mini-map. They could get rid of a ton of the different things, the kill feed. I would like to see the UI customizable because this game would probably look awesome in no HUD mode. I know that I love Chivalry in no HUD mode, and I don't think this game would be any different. Regardless, those are my thoughts so far. Expect a Should You Cop video coming out when this game fully releases, and until then, have a good one.